We still want to get your thoughts on this story. So, Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko says that he will not apologize for scolding at Women Representative Esther Passaris in public during the Madaraka Day celebrations here in Nairobi. Well, the governor yesterday told of critics and a section of leaders calling for his apology. Now, on Saturday, you remember this scene as Passaris walked out in protest after Sonko bashed her in an incident that left Kenyans divided on social media platforms over the conduct of the governor. But Sonko insisted he did nothing, even as Passaris, who is out of the country, asked for the respect of women.
And I will not apologize. Na mimi napenda wamama sana na nitaendelea kuwapenda na kuheshimu na kufanya kazi na nyinyi. Na kama ni apology anahitaji yeye aanze ku apologize kwa kuniprovoke. Kwa hivyo sababu walikuwa wameniaccuse kwa same podium, ningenyamaza ingekuwa kweli mimi ni governor mfisadi. So lazima mimi ningerespond.
I'm seeing a trend whereby women reps frustrated at with the fact that they don't have enough latitude to be able to effect their programs, going to governors, and they are confused as whether to beg, to influence, or to demand.
Brad booed her, telling her to leave.
All right, let's get some quick reactions from my panelists here in studio. Honorable Achi, I'll come to you shortly, but Honorable Dulo, let me start with you and get your thoughts on, since you came into office, what challenges have you faced carrying out your duties that you feel may have been, in a sense, caused by how people perceive you? Or being a woman. Being a woman. What would you say?
Thank you. First, before I forget, let me wish my brothers and sisters from Muslim community happy Eid al-Fitr. Eid is today, and I hope they will have a happy Eid today. Secondly, I would actually thank the people of Isiolo having elected me, despite being a woman, for the senatorial position. On the matters of the challenges I've been facing, I think the challenges of women, for example, myself, if I give a very good example.
Go ahead.
It started even way before election, during campaign. And I see as if, you know, the lens that is used against a woman is almost 3 times that is used against a man. Now, the second point I wanted to bring out, and I hope... Do you mind sharing what challenges were some of them, that when you were on the campaign, for example, what I'll come to that.
Oh, you're coming to that, okay.
I'll come to that.
I should be...
Yeah, I'll come to that. You've lost even my thoughts.
Okay. You were talking about the lens.
Three times, yeah. Secondly, and I hope Isiolo people are watching me, because it looks like much of the people in this country, they don't even know the role of a senator in a county. Because that is the position that is being used by even most of the governors, even starting with my own governor, to actually dilute the role of senator or senate within the county. Yeah? If I may actually point it out, my role is to see that the money that is sent to the county is utilized properly. It's an oversight role. But the thing is, for example, for Isiolo County, the primary role of oversight lies with the county assembly. But I'm sorry to say that most of the counties, the MCAs or the county assemblies, they have relegated that responsibility. It's not even working. For example, in my county, it's not even working. Yeah? Secondly... So they've what? They've taken sides with the governor? They are in bed with the governor, if I may use... In bed with the governor? Yes. And if you oppose the governor in terms of how issues are being handled, you actually fought left, right, and center. Right now, there are 2 county assembly members in my county who are having a court case just simply because they don't agree with what is happening in the county. And government machineries are even used against you to make sure that you are silenced. Yeah. So do you think that these frustrations you're genuinely feeling are because you're a woman who I am coming there. I am coming there. Now, because of being a woman that has been given a position of a man, you know, people perceive that Senate position is for men. That is not the position. But as I've said, I'm happy that Isiolo County people saw in me that I'm fit for that position and gave me that position. I'm happy, and I really feel that I won't let them down.
Okay.
But what really, I'm actually seeing that is coming out. When you're a woman in a position, there are certain words that are used against you. Yeah? For example, I had an issue with my governor where he was trying to get into partnership with a county government and a private NGO. And clearly, it has hit the headline of this country, where I've said, the law has not been followed. And when you say the law has not been followed, people should keenly look at it. What is this that has not been followed? But instead of addressing the legal issues that I've pointed out, what is looked at is, we regret. This is the word of the governor of Isiolo County.
When did he say, and you tell us when he said what he said?
Yes, okay. It's all over. He said, we really regret why we have appointed this woman as a senator in Isiolo County. Secondly, he said, she's just like a mama mboga because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Okay.
And if I may explain further, yes, I am equated to Mama Mboga, and I'm really happy about that. Fair enough. And today, today, the slogan in my county that I've really accepted, Mama Mboga.
Okay. I want to stop you there because he's not here to respond to that. And then you understand having dealt with...
The thing is,
yes,
the lens, as I've said, that is used against a woman
is 3 times.
Is 3 times.
All right.
There is so much frustration. There is so much name calling.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whatever you do is not appreciated. You are just seen like, you know, you are a woman. Nothing.
No,
you know?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are nobody.
We have to stop there. Honorable Lachi, come in. And of course, Nairobi County, a place where you operate from. You're the Nairobi County Assembly Speaker. And there has been quite a call on social media support for Honorable Passaris, and we can allow you to give your thoughts on this.
Well, I will do this as me today, because I think in women's leadership, the biggest challenge women will always face is the day you start doing things right, and then people feel, how are you doing these things? You will have conflict, because it has always been there. But I just want to say about Nairobi, and I want to be honest, I'm not going to talk much. I want to plead with the governor. You know, one of the things I have never had a one-on-one with my governor. No. Because we respect each other and we understand where we reach within our borders. And let us not keep on, I always ask myself, why is it that we find it so interesting when things happen in Nairobi? We knew all these things. My governor is not somebody who has woken up and changed from when he was a senator. So let's not make it as if it is a new thing governor has done. No, governor he has maintained, he's very consistent in his character. So if you don't want to take it, then you have to learn how to resonate with my governor.
But what does it say about his character, his attitude towards women in leadership
now
positions?
You can't question that, because don't forget, Nairobians woke up in the morning and voted him in. They knew the character. They knew the character. So I don't want to pretend. I really don't want to pretend. That what I will request of both is just respect each other, because these positions are within the Constitution, and you have to just, don't like each other, no, but respect each other as you work for Nairobi. But don't go and also antagonize each other, because each of you have an ego that you'll want to take care of. And that's what happened on that day. And so I will respect what my woman rep did. You walk out in dignity and you keep quiet and you leave. But now when you make it now an issue, and I also want to plead to Governor, now let's request people to come out of blogging and let's finish this issue so that we just move on. And that's why even, it doesn't mean that I don't know how to be rogue. No, I can be a good rogue. That's why I vied in Dagoretti North. It's not a joke when you're vying in Dagoretti North. But then I respected myself and said, I will not allow myself to be rogue when we are all rogue. It's not helping Nairobians. So it doesn't mean I can't walk and break all the fences of Nairobi County Assembly if I want to walk in. The courts have said, I have respected.
Should there be an apology?
It is for the, you know, one of the things I like, very interesting, and that's why I don't want to interfere. Governor also has a side where he knows how to bring back all these relationships. Because when I see how they bash each other, not just with Passaris, with many other issues, there's a way he comes back and you'll find yourselves on the same table. So
you say
I'm hoping,
soon.
Well, I'm hoping he will use that same strategy he always does, and they will have, because and if anyone says, oh, Elachi, I am saying the truth. I've worked with Governor when we were in Senate. We never bashed each other.
Okay.
I walked out of Nairobi County. We have never bashed each other. And we will never bash each other with Governor Sonko. Never.
Honorable Wanga, you are a woman rep for Homa Bay County. Moses Kuria, in the previous clip you just played, said that women rep are frustrated to carry out their responsibilities. Honorable Gladys Wanga, I would also love to hear your thoughts. You're a woman rep as well. Is it difficult to carry out your duties as a woman rep?
Well, I think I want to fault Moses Kuria on that thought, because I don't know where he sees our frustration at either we are begging or demand. We don't know whether to beg or demand. We don't need to beg or demand or do anything to anybody. We are members of the National Assembly, elected as per the Constitution. And we have our roles very clear. What is the role of a member of the National Assembly? Oversight, representation, and legislation. We do that and do that very well. Apart from that, we also have an eye for affirmative action groups, and this is why we pushed in the last parliament for the creation of the National Government Affirmative Action Fund. The National Government Affirmative Action Fund then gives us the platform. I mean, it is a fund, independent, but from where we sit as patrons, or as people oversighting it or looking at it, we are able to then focus our work on affirmative action groups. So we are very clear on our roles, and if we go to governors or any other leader, it's for collaboration, it's for partnership, it's for bringing our joint voices together in service of our people. In fact, it should not be seen that that women reps are begging or demanding. Governors, senators, people disagree at different levels. You know, I mean, the governor can disagree with a member of parliament or a member of the National Assembly who's a man, just like they can disagree with the senator. We've seen them disagreeing with senators in the Senate Public Accounts Committee. So I think that statement from Moses Kuria, I think, is either uninformed, is from an uninformed point of view.
So you don't face any frustrations
or maybe malicious. No, I think the frustration may come, just like it comes, this is where the frustration comes. The frustration comes sometimes when people feel like, why are you doing so much with so little? Sometimes that now brings a bit of problems and conflict, and people feeling, maybe you don't do this in my constituency, or don't do this within my county, but you find a way of navigating. And leaders, I think what Elachi has said on the reconciliation is the biggest point. Let leaders respect each other and find a common ground from which to work for Mwananchi, because that is the most important thing. How do we all, as elected leaders, serve that Mwananchi? So I think even in Nairobi, we've been unfortunate. I mean, because even in the last term of Nairobi, there was a big conflict between the governor and the women rep. I mean, there was a big conflict which got even physical at the time, which was very unfortunate, and we've seen this happening now. So I think let Nairobi, as the capital, leadership find a way of working together to serve and to show an example to Ushago counties like Homa Bay and others, because we are. I mean,
all right. Both Shirley, just to get your thoughts on this quickly before we take a commercial break. Elachi and Wanga say that the frustration comes because as a woman you have managed to get things done, and not necessarily that you're begging your governor. Do you agree with them, and what do you have to say about those sentiments from Moses Kuria?
I think the sentiments by Moses Kuria are very unfortunate. I think it's a derogatory statement. No woman has told him that they're frustrated. He should be naming names of who told him to be frustrated. I am not frustrated at all when I'm doing my job. And in fact, And why single out women representatives? The term women representative is just to isolate you on the ballot, on the manner in which your slot is decided upon. But you get votes from both men and women. I probably I got the highest votes in Uasin Gishu County, more than the governor did. That doesn't mean, so you shouldn't look at women representatives as lesser beings. I think probably and I think the constitution is very clear. I have never had occasion to disagree with my governor, for example. Because he has his own lane, I have my own lane. You know, I'm dealing with social interventions. That is what my docket, affirmative action, that's what I deal with. The governor is building roads, and he runs, he has a whole, he's like a CEO of the governor, day-to-day operations of the governor, of the county. I am dealing with legislation in parliament, and in that position, and I think I'd like Moses Kuria to know this, as chairperson of delegated legislation, we have passed 85 pieces of regulation, the highest ever passed by one single parliament in one single year. So yes, I am doing my job of legislation. I am not frustrated at all. On oversight, I participate. And the Hansard will bear me witness that I participate in my committee meetings, whether it's oversight on government institutions during the budget making process. I was down in Uasin Gishu with the budget committee because I knew I needed to make sure that those things that affect my people in Uasin Gishu County are taken into account in the budget. If it is matters dealing with passing legislation, I have 3 pending bills sitting before the House at the moment. So what frustration is he talking about? So he's trying to, we are equal members of parliament. How you are elected is a different issue. But once you get there, you're equal. On the issue of the behavior of Governor Sonko and Esther Passaris, I think we should be discussing it as a country as a larger problem. I think this is a prevalent problem. I think we have to get to the point as a country and say, according to Chapter 6, the way you carry yourself as a public officer has to be one that does not bring shame or disrespect or disrepute to that office, because that office belongs to Kenyans. So first of all, we should be talking across all, because I have watched time and time again that our leaders are at funerals when families are grieving and are insulting each other. That is unbecoming behavior for any leader. And so as Kenyans, we need to start actually holding our leaders to account. So this is not the first time. It has happened several times. Howling insults in churches even. You know, and speaking things that you should never say at the pulpit. So I think it's a behavior that I see, and it pains me a lot. And I have been one person, I have never said a derogatory remark against any politician,
even in the heat of the political...
even during elections. I never once said a negative word against my opponents. I never mentioned their name, let alone anything, because I don't believe that I can accomplish what I have accomplished by discussing people or bringing people down. Because sometimes people who say negative things about people, I believe, are inadequate. So they need to bring other people down in order to feel good about themselves. It is something I don't subscribe to.